Hello, everyone. It's Mega Champ once again. so, how about those events yesterday, huh? How about those events? So, yeah, for those who aren't aware, kind of hard not to be, but there were not one but two events, quote unquote, gaming announcements, streams, whatever you want to call it, really, yesterday. I don't think anyone was expecting two events yesterday. I certainly wasn't. It'd be weird if you sort of expected two events yesterday, but yes, there were two events yesterday, the Nintendo Direct and the PlayStation State of Play. Now, I'm not going to be talking about everything that happened at both events, especially since, there's really no reason to because it's not hard to find, as, I found it pretty easily here. It's also here, but we're going to be talking about that in a bit. But I will mostly be talking about the Nintendo Direct. It's not that I didn't like the state of play, though I guess technically you could say I didn't because there was nothing shown there that I really cared for. But generally it seems like, and maybe I'm wrong here, I always have to throw that in there for obvious reasons, but maybe I'm wrong here, but it seems like generally, from what I've seen anyway, the opinion on both of these events were generally mixed for both. Though it was fucking great if you are a JRPG fan or a farming simulator fan. What the fuck? Seriously. When did farming simulators become the new genre? Must have happened while I was asleep. Who knows? Anyway, the point is, it seems as though generally the opinions on the direct are mixed. Some liked it, some didn't. Same thing for the state of play. For me personally, there was a lot more things in the Nintendo Direct that was announced that I was interested in, technically speaking, than this PlayStation State of Play. So when you compare the two, for me, it means that the Nintendo Direct was better, but I'm not saying it was better. I mean, if you really want my opinion, and this is just my opinion, okay? Don't start typing it in all caps in the comments, though, you can if you want. It's gonna get ignored, but personally, I didn't really care for either event. So I guess you could say they were quote unquote mid for me. They were enjoyable. I was literally laughing my ass off during the Nintendo Direct with all the goddamn farming sims, but it's just one of those things, I guess. But if you liked the state of play, thumbs up to you. It more. If you liked the Nintendo Direct more, again, thumbs up to you. It's all down to personal preference. I don't really think either or was better than the other one. That's just how I see it, but everyone's has an opinion on this, clearly. The thing is, though, I didn't want to put anything out immediately because I don't know, maybe this is again just me, but I felt like I should at least, at minimum, give myself like 24 hours or so to process everything. And honestly, it may be one of those situations where it's like you might even want to give yourself like a full week. I'm not even joking. to really process everything, because even 24 hours may not be enough time, especially if you put something out right after it happens, or like, somewhat after it happens, because you can definitely be very, what's a nice way to put it, very emotional, or basically feel one way or another about situations after gaming events. I'll just refer to it as that for now. Like the Nintendo Direct and the State of Play, you can definitely feel one way or the other. And you can end up doing something or saying something that you might regret later. And I'm not saying that anyone else has done that who are clearly better at doing this than I am, but I'm just saying that it could be one of those situations where you end up putting something out there that you reflect on literally moments later, or 24 hours later, or however long it takes, where you go like, wow, I really screwed up there. So yeah, it's best to at least give yourself 24 hours to process things, or that's how I like to handle things. But that's just me. Everyone's different, obviously. But, it is what it is, I guess, and people are going to do whatever they want, and people are going to feel however they want. But, there were a couple of things I was interested in, and genuinely intrigued by, honestly. I'm not going to go too in depth on some of these things, because I want to save it, hint, 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 for something I kind of want to do at the end of the year. Well, there's going to be like 2 different versions of it, but yeah. So obviously there wasn't really a lot from the Nintendo Direct that I was interested in by, but there were a couple of things. The most obvious being this. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start with this. I did technically play this game this year, the first one, Octopath Traveler. I have a large backlog, and I still haven't played Live Alive yet, which I've heard is much better. We'll see, but I'm not going to say too much about my opinions on Octopath Traveler, the first one, yet. Another keyword there. But what I will say is, let's just put it this way. I was pretty disappointed in the first game, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not saying I'm not going to get the second game, because now I'm obligated. Thanks, obligations. Apparently the second one is going to be on PlayStation 4 and 5 as well. But because I got the first game on Switch, I'm more than likely going to get the second game on Switch. But it's a different situation from The World Ends With You 2, which I got on PlayStation 4, and still haven't played yet. Damn backlog. Anyway, it's every situation for me is different. I mean, seriously, it is. I am not consistent in any way whatsoever, so every situation is just different for me. And that's it. There's nothing else for me to really say about that. Every situation is different, but in all likelihood, I'm gonna get it for Switch, because I'm obligated now. Thanks, obligations. Because I played the first game. That's all I'm gonna say about Octopath Traveler for now. We'll go more into the first game at a later time. But yes, Octopath Traveler 2. Yay. Goddamn obligation. Anyway. Let's see here. Okay. This was something else interesting. I wasn't really expecting another Kirby game after Forgotten Lands came out. But boy, they're really feeding Kirby fans, aren't they? And this is technically a port. It's a port of the Nintendo Wii game, which is one of the better ones, honestly. That one and some of the 3DS ones are really good as well. Uh, I liked both Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot on 3DS. But this is another good one, Return to Dreamland. So they're porting the Wii version to the Nintendo Switch. I'll replay it. Why not? It is what it is, I guess, but it's Kirby. It's still gonna be a really long time before I get around to Forgotten Land and this. Backlogs, I tell you. But it's good, but it's great. Comes out the same damn day as Octopath Traveler 2, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll reach that when we get there. But at least it was something cool that I kind of cared about. Ah, yes, this. We actually got a date for Crisis Core reunion. The date was revealed during the Nintendo Direct. Imagine that. And that date is December 13th. So it's technically coming out this year. Even though previously all they said was this winter. Which technically spans from December until March. And actually, if I remember correctly, winter doesn't technically start until like around Christmas. Like the 21st or something like that. Somewhere around there. So, I don't know if this counts as winter, but hey, I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I will take it. Obviously, though, I'm not getting it for Switch. I will be getting it for PlayStation 5. So, great! And this makes me really... And this really is a interesting thing here, this date, when they revealed it at the Final Fantasy VII Anniversary event. Because if you recall correctly, for Crisis Core Reunion, they said this winter, and for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, aka Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, they said next winter. That's another interesting thing that we will also go into at around the end of the year. More hints. Boy, I like hinting things. Seems familiar somehow, but we'll not go into that. Anyway. Okay, let's just click this real quick. Well, actually, let's just go here instead. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Because, I totally prepare for everything, I swear I do. Absolutely. I prepare for everything. There we go. Hey, look at that. I did something right for once. I am very, I can't emphasize that enough, conflicted about this. Seriously, I am. And over the past 24 hours, I have gone back and forth between this. Seriously, I have. I literally just played Symphonia Chronicles not that long ago. Technically this year. Maybe it was like, I don't know. Let's say 3 to 4 months ago. I don't really recall when I played the Symphonia games on PS3, but I did technically play them through the PS3 version that I bought this year. So you can see why I'm a little conflicted here. Because 24 hours later I have learned that it's literally just the first game. And that's it. No Dawn of the New World. And that is a major problem for me because personally, again, in my opinion, just me, clearly, I'm literally the only person who feels this way, clearly. I feel as though it should have been Symphonia Chronicles that they should have remastered, not just the first one. say whatever you want about Dawn of the New World. General opinion of it is that it's shit. I liked it. Seriously, I did. I seriously liked it. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. And that's all I can really say. So I have gone back and forth between this. And honestly, right now, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't, and I'll stick with my PS3 version. My quote-unquote out-of-date PS3 version. If you have a suggestion, feel free to give it to me in the comments. I might listen to it. I might not. I'm not going to say one way or the other, sorry. But I'm not going to be making any decisions immediately. This much is obvious. Because there's no release date. Or at least no solid release date. So until there's a solid release date, I'm not going to be making any decisions one way or the other. And that's all I can really say. But for me, personally, they should have just remastered Symphonia Chronicles, not just the first game. But just me. Clearly, only me. The only other thing that was really shown that I was genuinely interested in, and honestly it did genuinely interest me, and I'm actually going to play it for you once I find it again, of course. Well, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that's this. It's a game called Master Detective Archives Rain Code. It's from the same team as Danganronpa. I'm gonna play the trailer. So, yeah.
A dark fantasy mystery abounds from the creators of Danganronpa.
Sorry.
Welcome to the city of perpetual rain. Many cases remain unsolved in this corporate-controlled metropolis.
You can really hear the Danganronpa music in this, seriously.
Detectives who come from all around the world.
And the characters are very Danganronpa-like.
Meet Yuma, an amnesiac detective, and Shinigami, the...
Just real quick, the fact that there's an English dub made me feel so good when I first saw this, because I was really worried, and then I heard that there was already a dub, so thumbs up to that.
Spirit haunting him after their pact. Dive into these unsolved cases as a trainee at the detective agency. Thoroughly inspect each crime scene to gather clues and evidence. When you're ready, Shinigami will conjure a realm tying the crime scene to the truth. A mystery labyrinth.
What does this remind you of? Seriously. Hint. Palace.
However, mystery phantoms will attempt to hinder your progress during each case. Avoid their barrage of falsehoods and slash through contradictions. Uncover the secrets of Master Detective Archives Rain Code, launching first on Nintendo Switch Spring 2023.
Yeah. I am actually genuinely interested in this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really am. It's like a weird fusion between Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, and Persona. That was the answer to the hint, by the way. Because there's a mascot support character that looks like Jack Frost, literally. They better hope they don't get any lawsuits from Atlas. Atlas, just let them get away with this, okay? It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I'm genuinely interested in this, honestly. It's coming to Switch first, apparently, but that also means it's coming to other systems later, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. If I'll just get it for Switch, or wait for maybe a PlayStation 4 or 5 version. I mean, if I wait for a PlayStation version, obviously I can stream it since I can't stream, Switch games. And obviously trophies. And maybe the platinum will be easy. Personally, I doubt it because I never got the platinum on any of the Danganronpa games. You never know, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm actually genuinely interested in this, and this was probably the highlight for me of all of the events yesterday, believe it or not. You can disagree with that, that's fine. I mean, everyone's going to probably disagree with that, but personally, as long as I see something that I didn't expect to genuinely be interested in, that's pretty good for me, honestly. Considering I'm very nitpicky, because I have to be, mostly anyway. Um, Money and all that. But yeah, I'm genuinely interested in this. Once again, there's no solid release date, just says spring. Spring can mean a lot of things. March to June or July or whenever summer starts. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll wait for a PlayStation version or just get the Switch version. It depends. But I'm genuinely interested in this. So it's pretty much Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, and like I said, Persona fused together. So I'll be keeping my eye on it for now. That's really it. I'm not going to go through what happened during the PlayStation State of Play. I know a lot of people like God of War. Hell, I have a Discord friend who loves God of War, so good for him. But there was just nothing from the State of Play that I was interested in, except maybe Stellar Blade, but I don't know. Seems a little too weird for me. But time will tell. But yeah, it was definitely a day yesterday. So yeah, not much else to really say. And that's all I got for you. I mean, at the end of the day, either you liked it or you didn't. That's really all there is to it. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot more things that are going to happen. Tokyo Game Show is this week, so I might be putting out more videos for that, depending on what happens, of course. Maybe nothing, maybe something. Personally, my expectations are pretty much what they were for these two events, because it only took 50 plus times for me to finally learn my lesson and have my expectations low, and then be genuinely surprised when something like this shows up that I'm interested in. But I have my expectations set low, and we'll just go from there. But just because there was a State of Play yesterday doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be a PlayStation showcase this month. But if there's one thing we should all learn from all of this, it's that you can't really base anything off of patterns. Because look what Nintendo did in June, which, still to this day I don't think was a good idea, but that's just me. And just because they did a PlayStation showcase last year doesn't mean they'll do one again. Either they will or they won't, basically. Just because they did a State of Play yesterday doesn't mean that they won't still do a PlayStation showcase, but you can say the opposite as well. And by that I mean just because they did a PlayStation showcase yesterday, or just because they did a State of Play yesterday, might mean that they will do a PlayStation showcase. They could still do one, obviously, at around the end of the month. Or it might be in October. We don't really know, because Sony is being very weird and very confusing. So, just like Nintendo, because apparently they think everyone loves farming games. That's still hilarious to me, I'm sorry. And that's all I have to say about that. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. I might put out some more videos about Tokyo Game Show stuff, depending on if anything happens there that I actually genuinely care about. .hack, but it'll never happen. Anyway, so yeah. We'll see what happens. Time will tell, and that's it. The one final thing I will say before I end this video is I don't know what to say at this point to you Hollow Knight fans. Seriously, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to click on my own video YouTubeception here, but I made this 4 months ago, around when Digimon Survive finally got a release date. And I am not a very good motivational speaker, clearly. There are a lot of people who are 10 times better at that than I am, clearly. I genuinely don't know what to say to you Hollow Knight fans anymore. I really don't. All I can really say is I seriously feel sorry for you. I really, really, really feel sorry for you Hollow Knight fans. I really do. The game needs to fucking come out at this point. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There really isn't. And the worst part is, they won't even fucking put out a statement. They don't have the decency to put out a statement. At least during the Digimon Survive situation, they gave updates once a year. Hollow Knight won't even fucking put out statements like they did. They don't have the decency to do that. So I don't know what to tell you people at this point. All I can say is it should come out within the next 12 months or so. From June, which I'll be talking about again at the end of the year. From June of this year, I mean. So between now and June of next year, basically. But it's honestly a ridiculous situation, and I don't know what to tell you people to do. I don't. It's a really screwed up bullshit situation. But I stand by what I said 4 months ago. You can't give up on the game. You just can't. Because then you're me. During this period, when I'm all nutty, Digimon Survive gets a release date. It's basically a worldwide release date. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 gets reverse delayed. Then you get a situation like that. So I really am hoping for the best for you Hollow Knight fans. I really am. That's all I can really say about that. I really do feel sorry for you people. That's it. So yeah. That's all I got to say about the events yesterday. And that's it. At least I have stuff for next year now. Even if one of them is technically an obligation, but, you know. It is what it is, I suppose. So, yeah. I don't know when I'm going to do another stream, because the next couple of PS4 games I'm getting to are sequels to games I didn't stream. So it's kind of hard to stream a sequel when I didn't stream the other games, but, you know. Hopefully I'll stream something again, eventually. Oh, boy. Anyway, this is MegaChamp saying next time I'll be providing you with more unlimited guidance. Bye!